I'm Renee Jackson, Southeast Area Minister for the Michigan Conference, and I just have a few thoughts for you today. On February 12, 2009, the NAACP celebrated its 100th anniversary as our country's largest civil and human rights organization. When we consider how vastly our nation has changed over the last century, we have every right to be proud of our collective accomplishments. We also have the right to expect the same tenacity from one another as we name and address today's challenges. As I listen to the news reports of turmoil around the world, the violence against our children, and the seeming lack of regard for one human being over another, I wonder where all of this is leading humanity, all of this destruction. But just as the latest tragedy flashes across the television, I am reminded that Sunday morning is coming. Sunday will bring people to places of worship all around this volatile world. People who have not born into the notion that love and hope and goodness and joy and kindness were swept away in a torrential storm. Sunday morning brings people who, despite what looks or feels like absolute devastation, continue to act as the saints that God has pronounced them to be. Those people gather together to sing and pray and be in faith together. They gather to worship God in support of community because through it all, God is. Like the Apostle Paul, they press toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called them heavenward in Christ Jesus. So, as I prepare for Sunday morning, I am inspired to continue in the work that I am called to equip the saints for the work of ministry, so that we can each be agents of transformation, just as the women and men of the NAACP have done for over 100 years. There is still a need to engage in sacred conversations on race and justice. As God's saints, we still need to be transformed by the renewing of our minds and not be conformed to a blighted view of the world. As the church, we are called to the ministry of reconciliation, to name injustice and to speak on behalf of all those whose rights are being denied. As supportive communities of God, let us continue to press toward the goal that God has for all of us, that we might be one. Remember, Sunday morning is coming, empowering us to carry love, hope, justice, goodness, and joy, along with kindness, into the world, simply because we know that God is.